I have some major news update for you. 2 years straight we have been looking for another mature American chestnut tree that's producing burrs and catkins. People are saying that American chestnut trees can't self-pollinate. Well, having the second tree with just burrs all over the ground, and this is about 200 yards from the other giant in our woods that we found 2 years ago. And I want to show you, that's the leaf of this tree right here. And for a size comparison, I'm going to put right up here a link to the video of me putting my arms around and getting the circumference of that other tree. I don't have a tape measure right now, but I'll get a measurement of this tree later on. But I'm going to put my arms around it, and this tree is bigger than that tree over there. So around my arms, there's about that much room left on this tree here. And there are just burrs everywhere on this tree. Take a look. Look at the size of this thing. It's a beast. I'm going to go around, and there's nuts all over the place. Most of them are not fertilized. You can tell they're wrinkled, and just like from the other tree. But there's a lot of burrs that are still unopened. I'm going to put them in a bucket, take them home, break them open, do the float test, and we'll see what we get. Alright, unfortunately, most of the burrs look like that. Like, that one has 2 seeds in it, both wrinkled. But look at this. So, this tree and the other tree, this tree this year had 1,000,000 more burrs than the other one because it's got a lot better canopy. There's nothing above this. The other one, there's still some other trees over it. Like here's one that's unopened. Take that home and crack it open. But I'm going to go ahead and filter through this. There's the seeds all over the place. I can see them just all over. And everything I'm seeing is like that, shriveled up. Alright, I'm going to collect and see you back at home. But my goodness, there's 2 giant American chestnut trees in my forest. Well, in my neighborhood anyway, so we'll leave it at that. See you in the driveway. Bad news is we didn't find that tree right away. That's the only bad news for the burrs this year, because most of the burrs were opened up. And I don't know why most of the seeds aren't viable, but I did get some that are still unopened. And they're pokey. That hurt. But I'm going to go ahead and open these up. Like this one. It's a decent sized seed, right? But it's shriveled up. It's more likely it's not going to pass the float test, which is probably going to be the case with most of these. Now, backstory on these trees, on this tree. I was with my daughter's new father-in-law last week before the wedding. And by the way, if you didn't watch the video before this about my camping trip out on Lake Michigan, click this link right here, and I'll have it at the end of the video as well, where you can click on it then and go watch that. I talk a little bit about how my summer's been and everything that's happened to this year in my family. Having said that, I had my daughter's fiance's dad with me, you know, the two dads. We went for a walk down through our woods, and I showed him the other chestnut tree, showed him the stream, we went mushroom picking. We found some lion's mane, we found some oysters, we found some coral tooth, crown tooth, all sorts of different types of hericium mushrooms. And I'll put a picture right here for what a hericium is. And the lion's mane, crown coral, and the coral tooth for foraging. But while we were out walking, and we were 150, 200 yards from the mature chestnut tree that I've known for the last 2 years. And I'm walking along, and I see not one, not two, but three burrs up off the trail about 30, 40 yards up a ridge. And I was like, oh, you know, you get all excited. I mean, my first thought was, okay, a squirrel, a bird, something carried these spiny burrs all the way over here. But then there was something in my heart that said, you have another mature tree around. So it was getting dark. We had to get back. I looked for 5 minutes for a tree or big leaves and couldn't find a tree that resembled a chestnut tree. So I pulled the plug and left. Well, I told my wife about it the next day, which was a few days ago. And yesterday she went over on the other side of this valley here and found not one but two other. Only one is mature, the other one is probably that big around, American chestnut tree. And the adult one is what I was standing here a few minutes ago. I don't know the circumference of that tree, but I mean, when I put my arms around it, it's like that big around. And there's a million burrs, but I should have, it's too late this year. But I did find some burrs that, well, this one's got, it's opened up, it's got, I thought it was closed, but it's got one seed in it. It's wrinkled. Probably not going to pass the float test, but I'm going to go ahead and go through and open these all and see what there is, and hopefully we'll find some viable seeds, but only the float test will tell. All right, stay tuned. I don't think any of these are going to be pollinated. They all look wrinkled. The best ones I kind of saved for last. And they're still they're still wrinkled. Like, look at the bottom of this one. It's still wrinkled. That one's pretty fat, but wrinkled. All right, I'm going to add water to it and see if any of these float. Now, the good news is my wife picked up a whole bunch of seeds that were just out on the ground. I'm going to put water in these, and I'll give you an end result here in a minute. As suspected, all of these floated, but I'm going to do what is a proper float test. Give it 24 hours. So I'm going to come back and check it again tomorrow and talk with the wife to see how long hers have been floating in water or ones that might be sunk. We will see. But until then, if anything changes and we do have viable seeds, I will make the update right now. If not, thanks for following me on this journey. And I have a second mature American chestnut tree. So I have two giants in my woods. All right, take care. Again, this is Matt with M32 Outdoors, where trees, wildlife, outdoorsmen, and in this case, American chestnut, not viable, seeds, meet. See you on the next one.